Good afternoon and welcome to SKG Sense. I'm your host SKG. Today we got two fragrances from the house of Victor and Rolf. Two fantastic winter fragrances. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the spices that are in them, the ingredients that are in them, the notes they used to make them up. And I'm also going to tell you how I came about having both of these in my collection. Because originally I wanted Spicebomb Extreme. But for some reason, every single place I went to trying to get this, it was never in stock. And then one about four or 5 years ago, I was inside the Bay, and they had 25% discount. They had them on sale at the Bay, and they have this in a gift set. So if I bought this, I would have got 25% off. So I went there, I picked it up. Smelt it. Smelled kind of sweet. I was like, but there's something about it. I'm like, so I sprayed it on myself, and after I sprayed it, I'm like, pull that grenade. Just like I remember, it is spicy, and the name is Spicebomb. But just like I remember, I'm smelling it, I'm like, this smells sweet, but there's a weird smell to it, like some kind of a seasoning, like meat seasoning. And I kept smelling and smelling, and I'm like, yeah, this smells like there's some kind of meat seasoning in here. And then I go and I go to read up the notes. And while I'm reading the notes, I see the note of paprika in there. And I'm like, isn't paprika something you put on like meat when you're seasoning meat? Who the hell would put that inside of a fragrance? But even though I could smell it in there, and I'm like, but this smells good. I'm like, I don't know if I want to wear this with that weird smell to it. But even though it has that weird seasoning smell to it, that spice in it, it still smells good to me. So the lady said to me, you can think about it, but you may come back tomorrow and it's gone. Just like the Extreme. So I said, you know what? It is a gift set. If I take it home and I don't like it, can I bring it back? So in the gift set, they had I think it was a 15 ml or 10 or 15 ml. And she said, you know what? Use that little spray that they have in there. If you want to try it out, just use that and don't touch the 90 ml. And if you don't like it, you can bring it back. So I brought it home, and by the time I got home, I could smell my hand. That kind of paprika smell is more tame. So I started to like it more. But the more I smell it, the more I want to smell it. It's like it's an addiction to it. So, by the way, I end up keeping, as you can see, I still have it. I end up keeping it. And after that, probably about 2 years ago, I followed my wife to Sephora. And she was buying her makeup stuff. And while she was in there, I decided to walk around the store and look. And because I collect fragrance, I went over to that fragrance section. And in there, to my surprise, they had Spicebomb Extreme. So I heard all the good reviews about this, and I heard it's better than this one to some people, and some people are still saying that, you know, the EDT is better than the Extreme. So anyway, I asked the lady in there, do you have a tester for this? She said no. She said the tester was here, but it got stolen. So I said, wow. So how do I know what they smell like? And she said, what, you interested in buying it? And I'm like, yeah, but I want to know what it smells like. And she said, buy it, you will love it. And I said, yeah, maybe you love it. Doesn't mean I'm going to love it. And she's looking at me, she's smiling. And she goes, I'm wearing that right now. And I said, isn't this a male fragrance? And she said, anybody can wear any fragrance they like. And I said, hey, I'm not telling you what to wear. I'm just, I thought it was a male fragrance. She said, it is a male fragrance. And she said, smell me. And I said, I can smell you from here. Whatever you're wearing smells pretty good. And she says, come a little bit closer. So I went up a little bit closer, and I'm like, yeah, that smells good. And she's like, if you like it and you don't like it, you can bring it back. I will take it back from you. But I know you won't be coming back. That's what she said to me. So I said, okay. If I can bring it back, if I don't like it, I will take it. And she said, okay, you ready to cash out? And I said, my wife is up there waiting for my wife. And she said, okay, when you're ready, let me know. But if I were you, you know what? And she said, I'll take it and I'll bring it to the front. She brought it to the front of the cashier. And I said, you know what? I'll just pay for it right now. And I paid for it. And I waited for my wife. My wife looked at me and she goes, you couldn't resist, could you? You just had to buy something. And I'm like, I collect fragrance. What can I say? And I saw something that I always wanted and I could never find it. And I found it here. And that lady's wearing it. It smells good. She looked at me. She said, "Who's wearing it?" I said, "The lady that's just sold it to me." "So you bought a woman fragrance?" I said, "It's not, but if I so don't like it, which I like it on her, then you can wear it because she's wearing it." But anyway, let's talk about the notes inside of here. In the EDT that was released in 2012, we got pink pepper, LME, bergamot, grapefruit. That's all in the top. In the middle, we got cinnamon, which I can smell the cinnamon, saffron, and that paprika, which I think is something that you put on meat. In the base, we got tobacco, leather, and vetiver. This is a fantastic winter fragrance. Mind you, it is as much as I'm telling you it's a fantastic winter fragrance, you might not like it or you may love it. It's either you're gonna love it or you hate it. I wore it a couple of times. As you can see, it's still almost, let me take this off, making so much noise. It's still full. Practically full. But ever since I got Spicebomb Extreme, this is where I'm like, this is good. This is really, really good. I thought this was fantastic until I smelled this. Now, for some people, they may like the original better than the Extreme. But for me, the Extreme, in here we got vanilla, which is plenty of. I'll spray it on right now. Yeah. And it's strong too. We got vanilla, we got tobacco, we got cinnamon, and cumin. It's all in the top. And we got bourbon, we got whiskey, we got saffron. Hey, we got everything. Everything that's in here is in here. But they got the tobacco. The tobacco just smells nice in here. I don't know if it's the bourbon whiskey that's making it smell so good. It's the tobacco, but I can smell the vanilla, and it's not a vanilla that's overpowering this. It just make it more smooth. It's creamy. It's strong. When I say strong, I don't mean you're spraying this and it just crawling up in your nostril. Like, people will smell you, and it's a good smell. It's not something like, oh my gosh, this guy's wearing so much cologne. No, it's not that. But this one is loud. This one is not as loud. But this one lasts. This one will last you a good 8-9 hours on your skin. This, I would say, about 5 hours and it's gone. But it's loud. If you ever smell like Versace Arrows, or that Versace Arrows is, they don't smell the same, but the projection of it's loud. This is how loud this one is when I first smell it. The only thing that stood out to me is just that paprika that was inside of it. I just kept smelling that, but every time I smell it, it's like I just want to dig my nose in my arm, like yo, this smells good. Like I can't get my head past that they have this meat seasoning in there, but it smells good, and I just kept wanting to smell this. But after I got the Extreme, to me, it blew this one out the water, and I just love having this in my collection. Now, mind you, these are winter fragrance, or at least that's what they say. I mean, you own them, you can wear them whenever you want. But I specifically only wear these in winter. And ever since I got this one, I probably use this once or twice after that. But it's going to stay in my collection because I do love the smell of it. And every now and then I will come down here and I'll pick up the bottle and I will just smell it. Sometimes I just spray it in the air just to smell it and put it back and I go upstairs. But guarantee you, when I'm going out with my wife, date night, whatever, we're hanging out, I'll spray this on. 2 sprays is all you need because, like I said, this is strong and this is going to last on you. So if you want to know what I thought or my decision between both of these, if I had this first, I probably would have never bought this. But I am glad to have both of them in my collection. And for me, it's Extreme all day, every day that I would wear this in the winter over the EDT. But either one you pick, you can't go wrong. You just have to smell both of them and you will like what you like, and then you will so choose. So that's my review, but it's Spicebomb Extreme for me. And if you pick the original, you can't go wrong. They both smell nice, and this is an extremely sexy fragrance. Every single time I put this on, I'm guaranteed to get complimented of how nice I smell. SKG, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so every single time I upload a video, you'll be first to be notified. Thanks for watching. I'm out.